Hi guys, welcome back to another video. We have today a 2012 Mitsubishi ASX. What's happening is, and it's not a big long video, it's only just kind of a frame of thought that I entered into my head. We intermittently have no heater control. So intermittently when you start the car is running, we don't have any lights or illumination inside in those buttons in here. And we have, just cycle the key off again, cycle the key on, and lo and behold, it'll come to life. Thought maybe it might be a relay or a fuse. Well, a fuse won't come back to life, but a relay in theory could. But I thought it was going to be something like that. I went then to have a look at the wiring integrity of it on Haynes Autodata. All Data don't do Mitsubishi, or at least I couldn't find it in All Data, but the Haynes Pro does do it. So we had it on the snap-on Zeus. In theory, what we have coming into this is about 5 or 6 wires coming into it, and I think, if I'm right in my memory, the pink in the middle is power feed, the brown beside it is a ground, and then the other ones are only communication between instrument cluster and something else in there. But anyway, lo and behold, we have powers, we have grounds, we have communication lines in there, which I didn't record and I didn't show. But I am now in the process of swapping out this thing. Very simple, very what you class as simple job. Little bit of doing and getting the stuff out of it. You have to get out this center console here. There's 2 bolts in the middle of the glove box, or whatever you call that thing, cubby hole. There's 4 bolts, 2 on either side at the back, and that piece pops up. At that stage then, or after that stage, I should have had my light on, sorry. We have 2 bolts, screws buried down in underneath that cover, hence this piece having to come back out of my way. And then I had 2 bolts on these little side covers that sat down along the side, little runners we're going to call them, or whatever you'd call them, sitting down here. But those screws came out, the covers came off on the side, and then I had another 2 screws in on the side of this thing. The top cover just popped up. Once that came up, this gear cover or shroud or whatever you want to call it came up also, and that brought out this little center console piece down here. This piece then, I suppose you don't have to take out the radio or any of that. Now, I did take it out thinking that I might have got in there easier, but you don't actually physically have to take out any of this. So for anyone who's going to try and do this job, there's 2 screws buried in there, but then this piece is held in with another 2 screws here on the side going in forward. The glove box had to come out to get in at the last screw that was down here, but it just pops out if you catch the glove box, and there's a little lock and tab on either side that presses in, and the whole glove box falls out relatively easy. Once I had that out, or have it out, then I have 4 screws again, holding it in from the back. And I wasn't probably thinking that there was going to be too much wrong with this. From my tests, we did condemn this. We have another one coming, going to be fitted. It's slightly different because we don't have this colour variation for hot and cold. But if I get that, you can surely hear that rattling noise. But that rattling noise is not... The buttons are kind of slightly jiggling, but there is no jingle inside it. That makes sense? Anyway, I'm only just showing that for anyone that has an intermittent heater issue. I'll stick it together, I'll show you, and I'll show this thing working maybe just as a close-up part. It's only a little fast video. I'm not even giving a tutorial on how to get out any of this stuff. It's only a case of what does fail in these things. The relays and all that stuff are good, and it's hopefully just this module. We'll stick it in and make sure it works first. That's back together, lads. I have stuck in the glove box a couple of bits of plastic around, whatever few screws we had. What I am going to retract or change around there, I say, is I actually do need to take off the cover off of that part to get in at the 2 screws that are in here. So that the cover does need to come off. It just pops off. Little, what do you call it? Trim removal tool. I only use the screwdriver, but just pop and out it came. Now there is a little block connector just in behind that for the passenger side airbag on or off switch, but it does give us an airbag warning light. Okay, so you will, and you can even see there, service required on the airbag, so you will need a scan tool. Now you may not, if you have the ignition turned off and the key out of it and the key put well away, and don't cycle the key on with that block connector disconnected, you won't need a scan tool. But I started this out on the roadside and then realised I had to do a little bit more digging, so I drove it in with that disconnected, giving me that, and I need a scan tool to turn off that message there. But the important bit is our control panel is back working. So even if I cycle the key off, key back on, in the immediate, it is coming back, it is working. I can hear when I change from, what would we call it, from maybe windscreen to feet, etc., it is actually, I'm hearing motors move. You might not be able to hear the squeaking, but I can hear of some trapdoors moving, and all doing its job at this point in time. But yes, lads, for anyone that has an intermittent heater control panel not operating, the blower does stay going in a default. So when the key was cycled off and back on and this didn't come alive, the blower motor stayed running, so it would actually clear windows and stuff. Whatever way it was set up, it would stay running. But inside that was our problem, and that jingle that's coming from it, whatever the heck broke inside it. Anyway, guys, hopefully it'll help someone out that's stuck on this. Sometimes the easiest, simplest little videos work well for, you know, the masses that might be looking for a problem like that. But yeah, on this occasion, guys, I hope it's going to help someone out. Please like and subscribe and give me a thumbs up if it helped you. Comment if it did as well. And thanks very much. Talk to you all next cartoon. Peter Kennedy. See you later, guys.